and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for those who've already subscribed. My subscriptions are going up every day, so I thank you. I like them to go up a bit more, but you know, slowly but surely I'm getting there. If you like to see how I did this metallic key look, I'm not even going to try and give it a name today. I always try and give it some sort of a name. Stay tuned and please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please hit that notification button so that you know anytime that I've uploaded a new video. I think I don't ever say that because I forget it. But yeah, please hit the notification button to know whenever I am uploading a video. You can stop me via YouTube. I don't mind about that one. So yeah, so these lashes are a new phenomenon to me. Because they're quite long, they're quite sparse. Just want to try them out. They're alright. I don't have to kind of wear them again per se, but you know, I'm doing it for the culture. You know what I mean? But what else have I got to say? Yeah, stay tuned for all the exciting, inspiring, motivational series that I have coming up. I won't tell you too much about it. You'll just see it and you'll be like, wow, I'm inspired. You know what I mean? I'm inspired. I'm motivated. So that is just it. What else have I got to say? Nothing much. Just keep on liking, keep on sharing, so keep on subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. I'm just giving you guys some, pauses so you can see the eyes. I don't know if you can see the glitter that well. Might take some low light pictures so you can see it a bit better. But yeah, thanks for staying tuned, guys. Take care. Bye. Hi guys, so let's get into it. First, I prime my face with Embroidery's matte. So I'm just using that to prime my face. And then as per usual, I mattified my eyes with any powder. And then I went over, initially I went over it with pencil. Excuse me, my voice is going. With pencil. But then I went in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Granite and in dark brown. Let me not lie, my brows were just misbehaving today. I wasn't happy with them, but it is what it is, isn't it? Then I carved out my brows with my LA Girl in Toffee as per usual. And then I cleaned up the front of my brows with my new foundation palette, which I'm so excited about. You're going to see it very soon. There, RCMA. So I cleaned up the front with that, and the ends of the tail of my brows as well. And then I just blended it out. Then I use a little bit of color corrector. I can tell that I'm getting a lot more hyperpigmentation. So I blended that out, and while I was doing that, I put the P. Louise eyeshadow base on my eyes to get tacky for a little bit, because I realized that's the best way to use it. So yeah, you can just see me pressing it in and putting it in place basically as a base to start my eyeshadows. So then I went in with my Morphe 35M palette, I think it is. Oh no, it's not. It's Morphe 35M. No, Morphe 3502 palette, I think it is. I'll find out and put in the description box anyway. I went in with one of the reds in there, or the dark reds. Then I just blew it out by using a clean brush. Then I thought it needs a transitional color to make it more gradient, so I used a lighter color, and as you can see, it makes it just look a little bit more gradient. Before it gets to the darker red, it looks a little bit lighter, but I then had to go in with a bit more of the red because it kind of went. Then I went in, that's my 35M palette, so I went in with the plummy color in there just to intensify the look a little bit more. So you can see me doing that, and then again I used a clean brush to blend it out. And then I went in with the darker green in that palette as well to give my eye more definition. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just placing them first, and then I started to blend it out. Yeah, so I'm just blending as per usual. Blending everything in the place that I want it to go. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Blending, blending, and blending. And then I cut my crease with P. Louise eyeshadow. I used, I think it was 0.5, the shade color. It was 0.5, so it's quite white because I wanted the colors to pop, you know, to pop. So I used one of the lighter eyeshadow bases, eyeshadow shades, should I say. So I didn't really use the same technique I usually use to cut my crease, where I'll put a little bit on my eye, open my eyes wide as possible and see the carving, then I just carve it out. Didn't do that. I just freebased this time. Not freebased, oh gosh, I'm not draggy, God forbid. I just freestyled. Then I blended the edges of the crease with a little bit of a, or not actually the same green, and then I went in with the lighter green next to it to make it look more gradient. Charlie, I've just realized the word I use a lot is gradient, isn't it? But that is it. Just make it look more gradient, different grades of shades, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I did. Then I went in with the goldy greeny color in that same palette. So that's what I did there. And then I went in with the red in that palette, but it looked orangey on my eyes and I wasn't really happy with it. Then I went in with the shimmery green, and I'm just blending it out. So I wasn't really happy with the red, so then I thought, you know what, I need to make the red at the top a little bit more orangey, a bit more warm, so it goes with it a little bit more. So that's what I'm doing here. So I added a little bit of a warm tan color just to make it go a lot more, because I felt it looked too contrasting. I didn't like it. So that's what I'm doing there. I've done it and I blended it out, buffed it out, added a little bit more of the shimmery colors because I felt like they weren't as intense as I wanted them to be. And then I darkened my outer V a bit more with the dark green. Then I done a wing line, not a wing line, just a liner. I just lined my eyes with some unbranded black gel, because I knew I was going to use glitter, so I felt like it would be easier to use a black gel as opposed to, well, it would have made a difference, to be honest. I could have used a liquid liner as well, but I didn't. I just used black gel. And because I also knew that I would be blending out the ends, as you can see there, I thought I'll just use the gel. It's easier to maneuver than the liquid gel. Then I put a little bit of Lash Glue, and then you can see the flash of the glitter, and I'm just applying the glitter. So I initially put, I think I took my time on the second side, on my other eye, so you'll see it. But I put the Lash Glue on first, and then I literally got the smallest brush that I had, and then I dabbed the glitter onto it. See, so I'm doing it here. That's the glue first, and then I dabbed the glitter onto it, as you can see. Yeah. And then I mix the black and the green, the darkest green, to just intensify my V. I just wanted it to intensify. And then there you can see, I'm so proud of this palette, let me not lie. So I literally had to just use a little bit. I had to scoop out a little bit. It's good to warm it up on the back of your hand. And I used my matte Embryolisse, I mixed in with my matte Embryolisse moisturizer, because it is so pigmented. It's 50% pigmentation, as opposed to the different foundations that we use, like Lancome is like 25% and things of that nature. So it's really pigmented. And what I love about this foundation as well, it kind of, right, so here you can see I'm just cleaning up my my eyeshadow. I just wanted a neat carving. So anyway, as I was saying about the foundation, it's quite skin-like, and that's what I love. I don't like that caked on look, do you know what I mean? So it's very, very, very sheer. You can always build it up. It is professional, a professional makeup kit, so a makeup palette, so you can build it up, or you can, you know, lessen it. You can make it mattified, or you can make it dewy. Depends on the finish that you want. And here you can see I'm still trying to correct my brows. I then went over the foundation, the brows, with a little bit of foundation to make it a little bit more gradient. I used a lighter color in the palette, sorry, for my contouring, because I just wanted to test it out, because I've never used it before. So I really wanted to test it out, and I'm quite happy with it. I'm quite a fan. I mean, I can basically use that palette on over 50 women. at a go. Do you know what I mean? It's really handy, quite expensive, but it's worth it. And then here I'm just, as you could see, what I did is I put a bit of concealer where I wanted to clean up my eyeshadow to make it look much sharper. And then I'm just blending it in so you don't know where I put it, basically. And so that's what I'm doing here. Just blending out my highlighted areas. So I'm just blending as per usual. Oh, excuse me, guys. Blending up my nose, blending under my nose, and then I use my brush to obviously make everything seamless. Then I went in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder to set my highlighted areas in place. And then obviously I went up the bridge of my nose and under my nose as well. Then I used my MAC NW48 pressed powder to contour my nose. I just don't really like that look of having like a darker shade on your nose. So I tried my best not to use it as much as possible. I just use my actual colour to contour, because you have to think about the fact that your face is already being highlighted, so the contrast of putting your own color back onto your face is going to create that contoured look anyway. Yeah, here I used the LA Girl HD powder in Cocoa. Then I carved out my cheekbones as I usually do with the same Laura Mercier powder. Then I set everywhere else in place with my Laura Mercier dark powder. And that's what I'm doing here. Then I went in with some more glitter. First I put down the gel again, and then I put some more glitter. Then I blew it out with using the orange that I went in with lastly on my brows, on my lids, to smoke it out underneath. Then I cleaned up all my highlighted areas with my MAC mineralized skin finish powder in Deepest Dark. And yeah, I'm actually really happy with this foundation. And then I tried my best again to sort out these brows. I just weren't happy with them this time, man. Let me not lie to you. There was something about it. I just didn't know what. So I tried to obviously clear it up again. Then I used that same orange that I used on my lids as a blusher. So that's what I'm doing here. Then I tried out these lashes that I literally received that day from Wish. Not Wish. Where did I get these from? Yeah, I think it was Wish actually. I bought quite a few of them, different types, and I wanted to try it because I never use. I mean, I use long lashes, but they just don't ever look like this. They're quite sparse in their presentation, shall we say. Then I went over I went over them with mascara for my top and bottom lashes, as you can see, just blending it in. Then I used an unbranded brown to line my lips initially, and then I used another unbranded, like I don't think what that color is, like between red and I don't know, burgundy or something like that. And then I used you're gonna see in a minute, I used my Milani, I can't remember the color again, but my Milani metallic red, I'll put the right name in the description box, as an ombre. And then I used the gold from my Morphe 3502 palette in the middle to create more of an ombre look. And then I just cleaned up the edges of my lips with a little bit of concealer to make it look a bit sharper. Then I did my head wrap, which I totally forgot I did, but yeah, I've just done it. I did it. So I folded it in half. I tied it once, tied it again, and then I literally just done like a bow tie. So I just done a bow tie. There you can see I'm just doing the bow tie. And then I just stuffed the ends into the bow tie to make it more fluffier. And as you can see, there was a little bit at the bottom that I just had to just tuck in just like that. And that was it really. And you can freestyle, like that's what I ended up with. When you do it, you could come up with something else, you know what I mean? You could just take out the ends. But yeah, that was it guys. That was the finished look. I hope you like it. Please like, share and subscribe. I did take a close-up because I didn't feel like you could see the glitter on my eyes, so I've done like a little bit of a selfie video, which is not the best quality. And do you know what I forgot to do? I totally forgot highlight, people. I cannot believe it. I forgot highlighter. I didn't put no highlighter, but as you can see, my face was shimmering anyway, you know what I mean? So yeah, please like, share and subscribe guys, and please press that notifications button as well. Yeah, stay blessed, see you soon, bye.